Be sure to subscribe for more content.
What is up, ladies and gents? Welcome to the BigBC Finance Channel, and I hope you're having a very lovely day. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about Luna 2.0, what has happened to it recently, and where we predict the price to go to in the near future, with some key price levels and some trades I'm looking to make. So be sure to stay tuned for all of that. And of course, if you appreciate the daily analysis on this channel and you're one of the 88% of people that watch my videos that have not yet subscribed, be sure to hit the subscribe button if you like this content. So without further ado, let's talk about Luna 2.0 and grab those annotations back on the screen. So Luna 2.0 has had one crazy journey since I last spoke about it. Of course, we were up here last time I spoke, and last thing I said was, it's been ranging between $2.20 and $2.90. So the main trades that I was looking for was to buy at this $2.20 when the price was at the support, and to sell at $2.90-ish or thereabout. And that did work quite well, but unfortunately, the price actually did tumble down below this $2.20 mark. Obviously, no fault of Luna 2.0's itself. It was just this FTX drama that pretty much tanked everything, and Luna 2.0 was not immune. We saw the prices basically follow what was this downwards trend, dictated by this yellow resistance that we have here, that you can see price has come to touch on several occasions now, and it's bounced down each time it touched. And things look steady here on Luna 2.0 with a support that looks like this. And of course, if there was any tradable signals in this region, I would have put it on my trading view. But unfortunately, I didn't really see too much. As you can see, it's just kind of sideways here on Luna 2.0. But of course, what we did manage to see here was a final breakout of this trend line. We can see that we had one test in this region here. This was the final test when the price came back down. And of course, just over the past few hours, we've seen Luna 2.0 cross this trend line. And in the past hour, we've seen a very nice little pump here on Luna 2.0 that took the price from $1.68 to $1.79. So of course, that's really, really welcomed. It's great to see that we've broken through this downwards trend line, because of course this was keeping Luna 2.0 in this bearish direction. But now, and of course, additionally to that, we've seen the price break through this 100-hour moving average here on Luna 2.0, meaning that we've really broken the curse of the downwards trend. Of course, this 100-hour moving average tells us whether we're in a bullish or bearish trend, and it's also a dynamic support and resistance. So of course, if the price is underneath this blue line, we typically are in a bearish trend. And of course, that's what the price has been doing since the top here back in the start of November. And as you can see, price has actually come up to touch this blue line several times on the way down. So as you can see, it really was a resistance. And finally, the price did shoot up with a lot of energy through this 100-hour moving average. So going forward here on Luna 2.0, I'm going to be monitoring how the price interacts with this 100-hour moving average, this line here in blue, because it is going to be a place where price shoots through with a lot of momentum if we change trend. And that's exactly what we've seen here. We've seen the price go up with a lot of momentum, and now the blue line should be a dynamic support for this price if we are in a new trend. In terms of where I think the price can go to for Luna in the future is dependent on what it does with these Fibonacci levels. So these Fibonacci levels are generated by connecting the high up here at the start of November to the very low after that FTX crash. And basically, the Fib levels show us where we could find some support and resistance. And looking at Luna 2.0, we do see some strong levels here at 0.382 and 0.236. Of course, there's two peaks basically that touch the 0.382 fib, and we can see four peaks that touch this 0.236 fib. So we've seen that pump get us to that 0.26 fib at $1.81. What we really want to see is price continue to head up and flip this $1.81 level, the 0.236 fib, because Luna 2.0's history if history repeats itself on Luna 2.0, basically, if we are able to flip the 0.236 fib, then we could find ourselves in a range that looks like this. But if we're unable to do that, I do believe the price is going to head in a more sideways direction. Of course, it's no longer going to be in this bearish direction that is in, because we've crossed this yellow line, so that's a good thing. We've crossed the 100-hour moving average, and now it really just depends whether we can keep ourselves above the 100-hour moving average here on Luna 2.0. Otherwise, I do think the direction is going to be something like this. So if we're going to be bullish here on Luna 2.0, if we're going to get prices towards this $2 mark, then we need to maintain this bullish direction that we're in at the moment, kind of dictated by this orange line here going up. And of course, we need to see the price do something like this and beat and kick through that 0.236 fib at $1.81. And of course, if we can cross that, then I see Luna 2.0 getting to this $2 mark. And from there, I think what we'll see is some sideways action between $1.80 and $2 here on Luna 2.0. But otherwise, we're going to see some sideways action below the $1.80 mark, kind of like this. So it really just depends on what happens to Luna 2.0 over the next few hours. If we can get past $1.81 and we do see a break, so an increase in volume as we pass this 0.236 fib, that is very bullish, and I do think I'll be placing along to around the $2 mark. And of course, it goes without saying that I'm monitoring Bitcoin and everything that Bitcoin does as well. So basically, with Bitcoin at the moment, we've seen what looks to be some sort of breakout from a triangle. Not a very strong breakout, but we did see an increase in volume and green candles that took the price above this trend line that's been going down now on Bitcoin for the past few days. And of course, we check Bitcoin. We check what Bitcoin does, because if Bitcoin makes a bullish move in the bullish direction, then we should see that throughout altcoins as well. So, and of course, when Bitcoin made that break through that trend line, we saw Luna 2.0 make this bullish move here from $1.68 to $1.80. So basically, this is what I'm saying. If we do see a bullish move, or we do see a bearish move on Bitcoin, then the chances are that price movement will be reflected here on Luna 2.0 as well. So I'm constantly monitoring what Bitcoin does. At the moment, it does look like we've broken out, but it wasn't such a strong breakout. So of course, we could still see the prices come back down. And if we see the price do something like this, where, you know, we just kind of go back down to this level here, the support line that I've drawn here in yellow, that sits at around 15,900 on Bitcoin. That's obviously going to be very bearish, and it's going to make it a lot more difficult for Luna 2.0 to be bullish here. So I do expect the price to do something like this if Bitcoin heads down to that region again. But if Bitcoin is able to continue this pump upwards, so, you know, we fully flip this resistance here in yellow, and we're doing something like this in the upwards direction, then it's going to make it a lot easier for Luna 2.0 to be bullish. And I would expect Luna 2.0 to hold this bullish support line that we have here if Bitcoin is making bullish moves as well. So that's really what I'm looking at here. Of course, if you did manage to catch this trend line break, then congratulations. That was a nice little trade. But basically, from here on out, I would be looking for Luna 2.0 to continue its bullish move up to this $2 region, as long as we are able to maintain the price above this 100-hour moving average, this blue line here, and to break through this $1.81 region, the 0.236, which has been a pretty strong resistance here on the Luna 2.0 price. But if not, then we're just going to see either sideways movement without too many tradable signals like this, or we could see a slightly bearish move like this. So that's what I'm looking at for Luna 2.0. Of course, on the 1 hour charts, MACD and RSI are looking very nice and strong. RSI and MACD both in positive territory above the halfway lines. RSI touching on the oversold there, but of course that's because we saw a big pump just over the past hour and so. But on the MACD, we're seeing nice green histograms, meaning that buyers here are in control of the Luna 2.0's price. So as long as that maintains, then we should see prices continue in its upwards direction here. So yeah, that's all I have to say on Luna 2.0 really. Thank you so much for watching. Do let me know in the comments if you're holding Luna 2.0 or not. But otherwise, I'll see you in my next video.